Hello, students. So, in the today's session, we'll be starting it with the program, which is like what I want to do with that the user is going to input the number. Okay. So, after a user is going to entering the value, I wanted the output that whichever the user has entered the digits or the number, so that number should be printed in the reverse order. That too with the help of the using the while loop, we have to do it. Okay, so like example guys, if the user has taken the input as a 1 2 3. Okay, so what I wanted the output, so output I want it as a 3 2 1. Okay, so in this fashion I wanted the output. So for that purpose what we are going to do it, so in the BlueJ programming we'll be making uses of a while loop. All right, so now over here what I have done it over here is that I import java.util.scanner. Okay, so over here I have the user has implemented the scanner package. Okay, so now after implementing the scanner package, obviously whenever the user is going to implement the scanner package, at that time the scanner object need to be created. So after the completion of the void main function, okay, so after the completion of the void main function, the user will be always creating the object of a scanner. So here the object is being created as a n. Okay, and for creating the new object I'll be making use of a new operator. So here once again the scanner package name is the, and in the brackets I'll be passing the object passing like system dot in, so that is I'm taking the input from the system. All right, so now I hope everyone is clear till here, because each and every program we are following it the same ethics over here, like same fundamentals I'm carry forwarding it in each and every programs. So over here the different thing is happening it like I'm implementing the variables. Okay, so here I have implemented three variables, which is I, D, N, without any initialization. So I'm doing only the declaration part. Why? So whenever the user is going to enter the value, so that value should be get captured. So for capturing the value, I'll be making use of an inbuilt function, which is known as a next int function. So next int function means what? Whichever the value the user is going to enter it, so that entered integer should be captured by the next integer function. So guys, you can also call it as a token over here. All right, so you can call it as a token, which is the inbuilt one. All right, so next thing after that what we have to do it is that when the user is going to enter the value, so for entering the value obviously it is the usages of a system.out.println. So the value string is gonna printing it, value will be captured it, and the value will be stored into the n variable. Okay, so abhi n variable ke andar value stored hai. Now what I want to do it, I want the manipulations to be done. So manipulation means what? So that means what I wanted, that whichever the entered value is there, I want that entered value should be in the reverse order format, that too with the help of the looping concept. So for that purpose I'll be making use of a while loop. So what do you mean by the while loop is that while loop, in the while loop first the condition is checked, and then my pointer will be gonna getting inside the loop if the condition is true. So yes, suppose if I'm entering the number is 123 as I have told you earlier. So 123 is greater than 0. Condition is true or false? Yes?
True.
Yes, exactly. So if the condition is true, then the straight away pointer will be gonna getting inside the loop. All right. So now pointer will be getting inside this loop. So D is equal to n mod 10 is the. All right. So what do you mean by n mod 10 over here? That n mod 10 is nothing but this mod is nothing but the modulo sign is there. So that means guys, this modulo is keeping a track of a remainder, while this the last one which here I have making usage, that is the division sign. So that is the division means what? So that is this division is keeping a track of a quotient, and this modulo is keeping a track of a remainder. So as I have said it, the D, so my you entered number is 123. So that is n 123 modulo 10. So that is 123. I'm taking it modulo 10. So guys, what will be the answer? 3. Yes or no? 10 twos are like we'll be getting it. The 12 is a quotient and the remainder will be 3. So that means I got the result it as a 3. So which where it will be gonna store? So this 3 will be gonna store it into the D. Yes or no? So now, so for printing it, I'll be making use of a system.out.println and the D value will be gonna printing it. So initially I'll be getting it as a result is 3. Okay. Now n ka value kya hai? That n value is my 12. Okay. So now, sorry, to n is 1, 2, 3. Now n is equal to once again n upon 10. So abhi kitna aaya? Now I'll be getting the result as a n is equal to 12. That means 3 has got printed and so one term will be gonna getting eliminated. So now my final value is n is equal to 12. Once again from here the pointer will be checking the condition. Now condition क्या है? 1 2 is greater than 0. Initially क्या था? 123 was greater than 0. So now it's a 1 2. So 1 2 is greater than 0. Yes, once again the condition is getting satisfied. So once again the pointer will be gonna getting inside this loop. So that means अभी क्या आएगा? 12. So that means 12 modulo 10. So that means here I'll make a update. So 12 modulo 10 कितना हुआ? That means I got it the result as a 2. Getting it? So मतलब अभी यहाँ पर d का मेरा वैल्यू कितना था? पहले 3 था, अभी 2 हो गया. Right? So now that 2 will be gonna printing it. Getting it next time. Then once again अभी क्या आएगा यहाँ पर? 12 divided by 10. Then what I get it? 1. Then once again this will be rotating inside this loop and now it will be checking for the another condition. 1 is greater than 0. Yes, once again it is going to satisfy. So guys, what it is happening it, so this looping part will be going to executing it again and again till my condition gets satisfied over here. Okay, so after completion of my third iteration the compiler will be checking. अभी क्या आएगा? 0 आएगा. So next case में 0 is greater than 0. No, अगर ये less greater than equal to होता तो ठीक है. Then once again the compiler would have executed the statements. But now this condition is getting satisfied. So dissatisfied. So here last case scenario में 3 to 1 and here the value is 0. So at the last system.out.println which will be gonna printing the value 3 to 1 where the user has entered the value as a 1 2 3. Okay, so guys I just take a screenshot of this thing. Okay, taken.
No, ma'am. Wait.
So what exactly is happening it over here, that this thing I have just shown you how internally the rough calculation is being happened in the programming. All right, so I'll just immediately vanish this content over bacha.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, done. No, so now I'll just eliminate this part which is extra one, so that we won't be getting any sort of errors over here. And now I'll just compile it. Yeah, still showing me error. Yes, because I forgot to clear this content. Once again do the compilation. Yes, it's showing me the error. Yeah, ये scanner यहाँ पर आ गया. Okay, once again. Yeah, so at the bottom you can see that class compile, no syntax error. So I'll be minimizing the screen and this digit is my program. So right click on this void main for the execution, press OK, and yes. So you only tell me which number should I enter it.
55.
Same input or output same आएगा बच्चा. 5 5 reverse
अच्छा
में 5 5 भी
55
आएगा. Sorry?
अच्छा हाँ no, I thought you took it in, क्या?
No no, user defined नहीं है ये. User defined है ये, predefined नहीं है.
26.
22.
26.
26 ठीक है. And now enter. So as you can see it, so the user entered the value as a 26 and I got it, the value as a 62. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so what exactly happening to over here, guys? That whichever the user is gonna entering the value, that value I'll be getting it in the reverse order. All right. Yeah. Thank you.